Hey Leo, I'm Eleanor and welcome to Peaches by Starlight Tarot. This is your weekly pick a card reading where we will be exploring your monthly energy of the star, which is like renewal of hope and faith and healing. This tends to show up when times are pretty dark as kind of like a light of hope, an array of hope and positivity for you. And your weekly energy is let go of anxiety, the lavender flower. These came out in your annual and your monthly, and they're linked below if you want to watch where I shuffle on camera and these cards come out and I talk more about them. To explore this, I'm using Audacious Action Angels and Everyday Tarot. I have stack 1, stack 2, stack 3. They're timestamped below, and you can choose one or you choose as many as you like. Let's see, subscribe if you would like to keep up with the story as it unfolds. And if it doesn't resonate, I do personal readings which are more lengthy and in-depth, and we'll dive into what your specific situation is. And go ahead and share if you hear anything that you feel will be helpful to someone you know going through something. All right, stack 1. You have the Seven of Wands, the Hanged Man, and Wake Up. So they're wanting you with this wake up call, this wake up card. It's going to be about learning to scan your body and listen to its signals. That your body communicates to you in small ways, that aches and pains, places of tension. They do this at the beginning of sometimes yoga class where you're sitting and meditating and getting ready to start to do a body scan and to feel and get a sense of where you are holding tension. And that tells you a lot about where you need to do some work and where you need to look at. And those things in your body, call your attention to them for a reason, because there's something there, something that's wrong, something that needs to get looked at and brought into the light. And so where you need to be paying attention to right now, places that you're holding up, because it is about releasing anxiety. So it's to look at this anxiety, look at places where you may be feeling defensive. So there's a call here with the Hanged Man to tap into and access those places that you feel defensive, but not to move forward and engage with them, not to show up defensively, to put up your defenses and prepare for battle and get shielded and get armored up and get ready to go after them, but to step back and to get a different perspective and to get a different vantage point, because whatever it is that you're feeling defensive, whatever it is people seem to want from you, whatever it is you feel like that you have to protect, they're wanting you to like flip the script. Look, so you know those pictures that have the two faces, and that's what you see in the black and white, but in the center there's the candlestick or whatever. They're wanting you to look at the black if you're looking at the white, or to look at the white if you're looking at the black, and look at it totally differently and upside down, because whatever it is isn't what you think. What it is that seems to be coming after you isn't for your destruction. Like the person that is mean to you, it's not because they hate you, but they're actually jealous of you if you look at it from a different way, that kind of thing. All right, stack 2, King of Wands, Seven of Pentacles, size 3X, size 3X in this deck is all about the expansion and the growth that you've been doing. It talks about your pants getting too tight, but not in the physical sense, but it's like things don't fit. You might not be fitting in the old molds anymore because of all the growth that you're doing. And so this anxiety may come from a sense of growing pains, of not expecting to feel constrained by your growth, expecting the growth and the progress to be expansive and to feel good all the time, and to be this constant expansion of your heart. But when you bump up into boundaries, when you're still maybe stuck in an environment or a situation that is too small for the bigness that you are getting and achieving, that can feel like dissonance and like discomfort, and can create the kind of anxiety that claustrophobia may be creating. And so what they're wanting you to pay attention to is if that anxiety can be causing you to lose faith that what you're working for and what you're trying to build is actually growing, and to trust that you have worked hard for something, you are working hard for something, and if you aren't seeing the results that you want to get but just feeling the discomfort, that discomfort is, oddly enough, the sign that you are getting where you want to go, that you are growing in the direction and you're achieving what it is you want to achieve. So to avoid misconstruing that sense of constraint as a negative sign and uprooting the thing. So out of anxiety, could you be tearing up the seeds that you've planted because you think they're not growing, just because you can't see them the way you're expecting to see them yet? So they're wanting you to rest assured that you are on the right track, that what you have built is progressing, and it's just that the anxiety has to do with the way you are growing into the unknown. And that's anxiety inducing and also very exciting. So there's reassurance here with the star that you're moving in the right direction. Stack 3, 2 of Cups reverse, the Devil, Crazy Mystique. So there is a sense here of wanting to go your own way, to move away and detach from some sort of dependence or situation that makes you feel like you're compromising yourself in order to stay loyal to. And that, I don't know if anyone's watching The Bold and the Beautiful right now. It's on in the break room at work, but there's this scheme from this man to use this little boy to convince the woman that he is obsessed with to marry him, because that little boy deserves and wants a certain type of family. So it's this really super toxic situation that, like, they're making out like she's such a good person, but to me, if she were to make the choice to throw the love of her life away, her marriage, her happiness, her trajectory, her path, because of what she feels like this other person deserves to have in their life, I'm talking about a stupid soap opera, but it's an extreme and caricaturized example of what they're talking about here. The way you would be putting what you need and your path and yourself aside because of what you feel from some false sense of obligation towards. And with this Crazy Mystique, there's a sense of when you make that decision to go your way, to follow your guidance, to take care of yourself first and move on your path first. And if that means separating from someone else's path, and there may be people on the outside that are going to question that. They're going to say that doesn't make any sense. You're the perfect couple, or that's a perfect fit, or everything was working out so great and everything was so happy. And you're like, you're the one that knows that you weren't. You're the one that knows that it wasn't a perfect fit. Only you know. Everyone from the outside it's not going to make sense to them, and it doesn't have to. You are not obligated or bound to make sense to anyone else. Go where your guidance takes you towards the fulfillment and the calling that is meant only for you. Okay? That is my message for you, Leo. I'll talk to you in a week. Thank you.